The sun blazes overhead as a tribe of early hominins trudges across the vast, desolate savannah. Their once vibrant journey has now turned into a desperate search for survival. The land is parched, the air thick with heat. The faint rustling of dry grass echoes. But there is no sign of the life-sustaining water that they so desperately need. The youngest of the tribe, an infant carried by the eldest woman, cries in the relentless heat, its tiny body weak from dehydration. The tribe's leader, a rugged male of the species Homo habilis, surveys the endless plain ahead, with narrowed eyes, his hand clutching the rough stone of a makeshift spear. There is no water in sight, only dust. Suddenly, an ancient signal rises from the horizon, a distant storm cloud, dark and ominous. The tribe's eyes flicker with hope, but the leader knows better. He gestures to his people, urging them to move faster. The storm may bring brief respite from the sun, but it won't offer them the one thing they need most: water. He has no choice but to press forward, hoping to stumble upon a river, a pond, or a hidden spring. But the vast savannah stretches on, merciless and barren. In the midst of their march, one of the younger men, a skilled hunter, spots something. A ripple in the air, perhaps a mirage. His heart races. He darts ahead, leaving the tribe behind. The others follow, unsure of what to expect, but desperate for anything that could save them. With each step, the distance between them and their leader grows. The ripple becomes a shimmering mass, a large rock formation ahead, casting long shadows. The group gathers in anticipation, only to discover that the shimmering mass is nothing but a heat illusion, a cruel trick of the environment. Frustration builds, and tension rises among the members of the tribe. The oldest man, once a strong and revered hunter, stumbles as exhaustion takes its toll. His knees buckle, and he falls to the ground. The woman carrying the child slows down, her face etched with worry. There is no water. The group stops searching each other's faces for a solution. The leader signals for them to gather around his hands, steady, despite the rising panic within him. He takes a long, slow breath and points towards the distant hills where rumors of a hidden oasis have circulated for years. The journey ahead, Arid, will be their hardest. They've been without water for too long, and the signs of impending death from dehydration are evident on the faces of the young and old. The leader, in a final act of defiance, rallies his tribe. They march forward, the sound of their footsteps a heavy drum beat on the dry earth. The story takes a tense turn when, as night falls, a pack of predatory wild dogs emerges from the shadows. Their eyes glow in the dim light, and they circle the exhausted tribe. The leader grabs his spear, signaling his hunters to protect the vulnerable members of the tribe, the women and children. A fierce battle ensues, their makeshift stone tools clashing against the wild predators. The hunt is no longer just for survival, it's a fight for their very lives. But as the battle rages, the storm clouds overhead finally burst. The first drop of rain hits the dry ground with a sharp hiss, followed by a steady drizzle. The tribe falls silent. In the middle of the chaos, the rain becomes their savior. It's not enough, but it's something they can use to gather the precious water they need to survive another day. The battle against the wild dogs is won, but the tribe's victory is bittersweet. They have fought for their survival, but they are not yet safe. The rain falls in gentle waves, but the land remains harsh, unyielding. The tribe gathers, each member helping the other, as the leader kneels to scoop water from the earth in his hands. The thunderstorm rages on, but amidst the chaos, a sense of fragile hope begins to grow. The tribe has survived for now. The storm rages throughout the night, its intensity increasing, But with it, the sky brings more relief. The once arid ground absorbs the rain, turning the dry, cracked earth into a mud-slick terrain. The tribe's members weary from the hunt, and their struggle against the predators use whatever they can to collect water, woven leaves, hollowed-out tree bark, and even their own hands. It's not enough to quench their thirst, but it's a reprieve, a lifeline. The leader, though exhausted, watches over his tribe, making sure each member has enough to drink. As the rain subsides by dawn, the tribe gathers what little they have and prepares to continue their journey. The storm has made the ground treacherous with swollen streams and slippery mud, slowing their progress. Despite the rain's brief moment of salvation, the leader knows that the real challenge lies ahead, finding a permanent water source. This is only a temporary fix, and they must keep moving. The journey through the wet, slippery terrain is slow. The tribe's members keep their heads down, focusing on the steps ahead. A deep unease grips them. They are exhausted, disheartened by the fleeting nature of the rain, and yet their survival depends on their ability to keep pushing forward. The leader walks at the front, not speaking, but his mind is racing. He knows that their only hope lies in the distant hills, a place spoken of in whispers where an ancient spring is said to run beneath the earth untouched by the sun's scorching rays. As they travel, a new threat emerges. The ground begins to shake beneath their feet. The distant rumble grows louder. An earthquake. A massive crack appears in the ground, forcing the tribe to halt in their tracks. The leader motions for everyone to stay calm, but panic begins to spread. The rumbles shake the trees, dislodging rocks and creating fissures in the earth. The tribe is forced to move quickly, but the terrain is dangerous. The elderly are struggling to keep up. The children's frightened cries echo in the chaos. The ground is shifting, threatening to swallow them whole. In the midst of this, a young woman, one of the tribe's best hunters, moves with a fierce determination. She picks up the child of the tribe's eldest member, running ahead through the shifting ground, urging the others to follow her. Her face, usually calm and composed, is now tight with fear and urgency. She doesn't wait for the others to catch up. Every moment counts. She pushes herself harder, her breath shallow and labored, as she ascends a hill. With the rest of the tribe scrambling behind, they reach a plateau overlooking a hidden valley. The earth is cracked here too, but there, nestled between the steep rock faces, is a shimmering pool of water. Real, fresh water. It is the oasis they've been searching for. The young woman, breathless and triumphant, turns to the leader. Her eyes meet his. There's no need for words. The tribe has found its salvation. With renewed energy, they rush down to the water, eager to drink deeply and wash away the dust and grime of their journey. They gather in a circle, their weary faces softened by the sight of the life-sustaining water. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, the tribe can rest, drink, and be still. The dangers of the journey are far from over, but for this moment, they have won. They have persevered against the elements, against predators, against the forces of nature, and most importantly, against their own fear. As the tribe settles near the water, the leader, looking at the faces of those who depend on him, allows himself a brief moment of quiet relief. His body aches, his mind exhausted from the trials they've endured, but he knows one thing with certainty: they will survive. This place, this water, will be their new home for now. The storm may pass, the earth may shake, but together they are stronger than anything the land can throw at them. In this moment of quiet, the tribe gathers around their fire, the flickering light casting long shadows on the ground. The leader watches his people, their tired faces now at peace. His hand rests on the spear he's carried through this entire journey, and as the fire crackles, a sense of unity settles over the group. The storm has passed, and now in the stillness of the night, they are together. They are survivors. As the storm clears, the tribe finds a new sense of hope by the hidden water source. Exhausted but victorious, they drink deeply, their survival secured for now. The leader, looking over his weary yet resilient people, understands that their journey is far from over. But in this moment, they have triumphed over nature's harshest challenges. United, they've faced the worst, and with this new water source, they have a fighting chance to rebuild, to thrive. Together, they will endure whatever comes next. The fire burns bright, and for the first time in a long while, the tribe rests survivors in a world that tests their every step.